You would think that I would have asked how to do this so that it doesn't do this on me. You would think. I have to figure this out. But here comes my assistant. There's my assistant. Thank you, Aria. I really appreciate it. Hello, guys, gals, and pals. Welcome to or back to Miss Craftsalott's Lair. I'm Barbie and I'm a multi-crafter. If you have been here before, you see a little bit of a difference. Let me tell you, if there is one thing that I am not going to be taking into 2025 with me, I surely hope, is car problems. So, the end of September, my car decided it was going to break down on me. And so, therefore, I had to postpone my eye appointment, which thus I run out of contacts and I have a framed face today. So hopefully here shortly I will have my contacts back again. But until then you will see a framed face. I hope that the glare is not too bad because I really would rather not have glasses on. Anywho, so in this past 6 weeks since I have posted, I have been pretty busy. I have been reworking patterns and writing patterns and getting more inspiration for more patterns. So this has kind of been a whirlwind brain tornado going on. But that being said, the first thing that I wanted to show you is that I had been talking about the Lucy poncho, and to give you a little bit of a background, if you have not seen other videos, I had this pattern written. It was in one size, and um, there were some errors. I'm human. There were some errors in the pattern itself, so I went to go and fix those errors, as well as I wanted to make it more size inclusive. It had been a few years since I had played around with this particular pattern and made this pattern, and in that time I have gotten better at resizing and all that jazz that needs to be done. And so I felt confident enough to resize the pattern. I also made it a little bit longer and so it's in the pattern. It now has a short version and a long version, but enough talking. Y'all want to see it, right? So here is the Lucy poncho. This is the long version of it, and it is now available in 3 different sizes, up to large, up to 2XL, and up to, let me double check. Yes. So it is up to, there are 3 sizes, small to large or up to large, XL to 2XL. I say it's up to 2XL, and then 3XL to 5XL, up to 5XL. So there are plenty of, let me kick this down again. So there are plenty of options. You can make it short, you can make it a little bit longer. I like to cover my tush because yeah. So so I wanted to make it just a little bit longer. It was coming. The short version comes to just about my waist. I'm 5'4" generously. So it comes to right about my waist. And so I wanted it just a little bit longer to kind of, yeah. So that is the Lucy poncho, and it has this cowl neck to it, and I am loving this particular pattern. I'm put a lot of work into it, and I am yeah, all that jazz. And so let me get my next project. And so I was also alluding to the fact that I had other patterns and other projects in the mix. And so without like I didn't want to give too much away, but I also wanted to let you guys know that I was also working on something else. And so as soon as I finished up the Lucy poncho and did all of the math work and testing for that done, I also started on a moon phase cardigan. Look at that. This one is, and I will turn this around so you can see what it looks like for the stitches to the front. It's a cardigan, so you're going to see the moon through obviously the back, but there is the front. Trying to get as much of this in there as possible. This was super fun. It took me, I had, in order to figure out the sizing and and such for mainly um, this particular the crescent moon, I um, I had so many little swatches of different like stitches and stitch sizes. It was kind of funny, but yeah, I this one the as I call it, the Luna cardigan. The Luna cardigan comes in up to size 5XL. Let me double check this. I don't want to give you wrong numbers. 5XL. The chest measurements that it fits goes up from 32 inches to 62 inches, and it has some positive ease to go along with that. So then that way, if you, yeah. So just to give you an idea of sizing and all that for this particular pattern, I have worn this so much it's probably already showing showing some wear and tear and some love. But um, another one, I'm hoping to. I will be the next video that I release is going to be the how to do the stitches and the special stitches for this particular cardigan and going over what special information or information in general that I have in the pattern pertaining to that. So that will be coming up here shortly. Hopefully the pattern itself will be available here within a week or two. So yay! And my final project that I have to show you for you today is a whip. And I have decided, either foolishly or smartly or just creatively, to attempt a mosaic blanket. So this is a mosaic throw that I have been working on. This is actually a mosaic pattern that is written by MJ Off the Hooks channel. I don't remember exactly what this is called, but I will link at least the name of it in the description below. Yeah. Um, my first real attempt with a big mosaic pattern, and I will totally be honest with you, it gave me kind of a headache at the beginning. I did a lot of frogging, and in typical Barbie fashion, I was on the phone with my friend and I had made another mistake, probably like the 30th. And it was very much so stitch a couple rows, find out I made a mistake 2 rows back and having to rip out 2 rows and go back in and redo it. And I was on the phone with my friend and I was like, I can't believe that I am doing this. I don't know why I thought that this was going to be a good idea, and why do I torture myself so? That's a good question for me, quite a bit. Why do I craftily torture myself? And so I told her I am never doing this again. And then a week and a half later, I'm ordering yarn to make a mosaic blanket for my bed. So that goes along that as I worked through the pattern a couple of times, I started seeing like it started making sense to me as to why some of the stitches were the way they were. Um, so this is the inlet mosaic. So I'll show you this real fast. So with the inlet, you're going the back of your work looks like this. So you're going back and forth, switching colors, back and forth, switch color, back and forth. And so let me see, where is it? This side. So this is what you get as far as, ooh, tangled up. Should have gone the other way. That would have been smart. So for like your, let me see if I can get this on camera. So for hiding your yarn, you're just running that yarn up. This is a color change between the blues, but you're running that yarn up so there's no tails on the ends, where other mosaics you're working across and then you cut your yarn and work across and you're only looking at that one side. So for this particular pattern, it was kind of, why am I skipping this? Or why does this need to be this color and skipped in this? So this is answering some of those questions about mosaic patterning to me. And now that I'm now working on the third repeat of the pattern, I'm starting to understand it better and it's starting to go quicker. With that, I'm starting to understand more as to why the stitches are written the way the stitches are written, and as far as like the patterning behind like other stitches, if that makes sense. Because I'm like, why do we need to have this single crochet before this double crochet? Oh, okay, that's why we have that. So otherwise, I could see it just becoming one long disaster, in all honesty. So the colors that I got for my bed blanket is going to be where the design pattern is going to be in black, and the like accent color is going to be like a magenta color. Um, I have no idea. It might end up being a floating blanket. It might not even end up on my bed. I don't know, but that's what I'm planning. Um, yes. Another thing about this blanket too, though, is how it's hefty. But it's not as thick as I could think it could have been, as far um as such. I also don't think, because at first I was thinking these running stitches, and I was thinking, oh great, toes are gonna get caught in there. But I don't think that's gonna. I think that's a problem that I was thinking occurred partially probably because of those anchoring single crochets that are in there, is probably what keeps it from being a toe catcher. And catcher? Toe catcher. Um, so I would actually recommend trying mosaic crochet. If you're new to crochet, I would probably like hold off a little bit. But if you've been crocheting for a little while and you're confident enough about it to try to attempt a mosaic pattern, I definitely would recommend it. And this particular pattern is quite easy to follow, as far as you can sort of guess which way the ladybug. You can sort of, looking at it, you start learning that the way that it moves and such. So it's not that bad. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any more meltdowns about it, but we never know. We never know. So, upcoming, now that I have sort of said my mosaic pattern idea, um, upcoming, here, let me, now that I have started talking about the mosaic pattern that I would like to start on for another blanket, I do have other cardigan ideas flooding my brain. So I'm going to be testing those out and trying those out and seeing what I think about those. Um, I still have a kitty couch to make. Um, and uh, there was another thing that popped into my head that I did not write down, so therefore it might have been lost to the winds, but we will see. Um, Other than that, things are going good. Things would be better if I had a running car, but that's beyond the point. That's not following me to 2025. That's staying here in 2024. Um, yeah. So with all that said, until next time, bye.